Hi, and welcome to the More 5-Minute St. Louis Real Estate Market Update for January 2019. I'm Dennis Norman, one of the broker owners at More, and if you'll give me about 5 minutes of your time, I'll bring you up to date on what's happening in the St. Louis real estate market. Hey, before we get started though, let me remind you, we are not just the source for St. Louis home prices, sales, and market data. We're also one of St. Louis's premier real estate companies, and we have some of St. Louis's best and most professional agents ready to help you. Also, I'd like to share with you, you can get St. Louis's best real estate search app. And yes, I mean it's the best real estate search app, even better than Zillow. Don't believe me? Check it out. Go to stlhomesearchapp.com, stlhomesearchapp.com. Our app, like our site, is updated every 5 minutes directly from the Mid-America Regional MLS, which is the Realtor MLS that serves the St. Louis metro area. There is no website in the world, including Zillow, that is updated more frequently than ours. So you get the latest and most up-to-date information. So check it out. It has lots of features, including you can draw with your finger a map around an area. You can request appointments. You can do lots of things with it. So you'll want to check that out. All right, let's jump right into the update. The first chart I'm going to show you here is for the St. Louis metro area as a whole. So it includes the 9 counties on the Missouri side of the Mississippi, as well as the 8 counties on the Illinois side of the Mississippi that make up the metro area. And this first chart here is a chart, and this is everything I'm going to show you here is from proprietary software that at More Realtors we've developed, and we've went through the years of effort and expense to develop these tools and these resources for our agents as well as for you, the consumers out there, because we know just how important it is to get good and accurate data, pricing information, things like that. So that's why we care a lot about this stuff, and that's why. So what this chart shows here is it shows the median sales price as well as the median list price and the number of sales for the metro area by month over the last 25 months. So you can see the seasonality of the business. You know, it peaks with home prices and sales peaking in the spring and summer months, and then declines, hits bottom in the winter. That's pretty normal. I've drawn a vertical red line there to show a year ago, and you can see where things were a year ago at this time versus now. So you can see that home prices are up now from where they were the same time a year ago. They're 183 now. It was 179.9 then. However, you can see that home sales are a little lower at this point than they were this time last year. 2017 home sales versus 2297. So let me just kind of add a couple other lines here. This line here is going to show over the last 2-year period what home sales have done from December 2 years ago to December now. And you can see that's been a decline. There were more sales for the period 2 years ago than there were currently. If we draw a line here for the median prices, you can see the prices have increased, a pretty steady increase there. Now if we just look at the past year, this line just depicts the prices for the last year. Not quite as aggressive of a trend or difference as the 2-year one, but still upward. And this blue line here shows the difference in sales from a year ago to today, and you see it's a pretty marked decline there in trend. That's trend we're talking about. Now this next chart here is as well as the following ones. We're going to zoom in on what we call the St. Louis 5-county core market. It's the city and county of St. Louis, St. Charles County, Jefferson County, and Franklin County combined. So the real bulk of the real estate market in St. Louis on the Missouri side of the river. And now these are year-to-date charts. Something else you'll only find here at More. And but it just so happens, since this is through the last full month, this will be through the end of December. It also is not only the year-to-date chart, it's the chart for the year. But you can see here, this shows total home sales, and you can see we ended up 2018 just down a little bit, about 1.6% from the year before. So 27,352 homes sold versus a 27,787 the year before. But even with that little bit of a decline, you can still see that over that 4-year period, there's still been over a 20% increase in home sales. So, the trend may be down a little bit, and we may have slipped off, but it clearly looks like perhaps 2017 might have been a little bit of a peak. So there you are. Now this chart here shows both the median price per foot, which is a good way to really see what's going on in the market, as well as days on market for the past 4 years. And this is monthly, so once again you can see the peaks and valleys. But you can see for the most recent, for December 2018, the median price per foot was 128 a foot. Median time on the market about 31 days. Really still low. The more historical norm from time on the market would be 60 or 70 days. So we're still low there. Drew a red line so you can see a year ago. So you can see a year ago median home prices at this time were 123 a foot, and the time on the market was 28 days. So not a lot of change there. And if we go back 4 years ago and look at the trend here for the days on market, you can see it's been a steady decline in how long it's taken to sell. And the purple line shows the prices over that same 4-year period, and they've went up. So pretty much sign of a pretty healthy market. Now, something else that's proprietary and you only find here more is our STL market report. And here's our market update for the 5-county area. And this takes out the seasonality of the business, the peaks and valleys month to month. This looks at the most recent 12-month period and compares it to the prior 12-month period. So in this case, the most recent 12-month period is last year, is 2018. But you can see that at the top there on the left, the number of homes sold in the 5-county area, a decline in sales as we talked about. You can see home prices were up about 5.8%. And you can see there's about a 3.5-month supply currently for the 5-county area as a whole. Now, talking about month supply, that's something that's been a topic of conversation for quite a while now in the business, because the inventory of homes for sale has been low, and that's been really driving and fueling a buyer's market, although we've seen that change a little bit. But here we are in the dead of winter, and let's look at the month supply. And this is by county. And you can see the highest county, or the county with the highest month supply here is Franklin County at 5.6 months. So still a little under what would be considered a historic norm of 6 months. Jefferson's at 5 months. And the rest of them are in the 3s. So still low, especially for this time period. So still a sign of a good market. This is our price per foot. Easy for you to say. Price per square foot trend by county, and you can see the big red arrows on the right. Most of the prices are dropping. Not a shocker. This is January, so during the winter, the price per foot does drop. You would expect those to start rising as we get closer to spring. Top sellers markets, the ones where the month's supply is the lowest, and so it's the old supply and demand thing. And you can see there's several markets there where there's literally nothing for sale. Quite a few markets where there's nothing for sale, which definitely favors sellers. So if you're in one of those markets and you're thinking about selling, that would be a great time. There are some buyers markets, though, where there's a large supply of homes for sale, and you can see they're scattered around from out in Peevely up to Pine Lawn and Riverview in North County, back out to DeSoto, St. Clair, so a pretty wide swath of areas there. All right, hey, remember, if you're looking for a home to buy or wanting information on what homes are selling for in your neighborhood, go to St. Louis's best home search site, stlouisrealestatesearch.com, stlouisrealestatesearch.com. And unlike a lot of the sites, maybe most of the sites, check it out. There's a phone number at the top of the site there that will take you to a real live real estate agent right here in St. Louis. You can talk to somebody on the phone and get your questions answered. You're not calling a call center, and you're not calling somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. Also, we have live chat, as you can see at the bottom there. Live chat also is manned right here in St. Louis by real live licensed real estate agents. Might even be me at the other end of that. So you can get your questions answered. Now, hey, I'm always referring to this as St. Louis's favorite real estate search site. Well, how do I know that? Google it. Google St. Louis's favorite real estate search site. You can ignore the paid ads at top, but the first organic search result most likely will be us. Same thing for best. You want to find St. Louis's best search that, you'll find ours. All right, also, you want to find your home's value online in under a minute, or any home's value, go to stlouishouseprices.com, stlouishouseprices.com. If you're looking for open houses, it just so happens we have St. Louis's favorite open house site too. Always up to date, got the greatest and latest information. stlouisopenhouses.com, stlouisopenhouses.com. Also, something else we have proprietary you'll find nowhere else. It's really handy. Buyers love them. Our open house reports. You can get a nice report sorted by the scheduled time for the open houses, so the ones that are happening first, so at the top of your list. We can drill these lists down for you to specific things. You only want to see open houses. You want to list open houses for just ranch-style homes with 3-car garages between a particular price range and a couple of different school districts or one school district. We can do that. We can do anything. So contact us. We're here to help you. And again, it's More Realtors. You can get a hold of us at 833-383-MORE. And until next month, thank you and God bless you.